Hi friends and welcome back to Garfin's Creation. Today at Garfin's Creation, we'll be making this East Indian Chitaps. These are made for all East Indian celebrations. You can make these sweet or savory and they go well with tea or even non-veg dishes. The recipe is mentioned in the description box below. So let's begin. To make this chitap, first we'll need to make the coconut milk. You can use ready-made coconut milk as well. I have grated one medium-sized coconut and I'll be adding 1 cup of lukewarm water into this and I'll be just grinding it and getting it back. I have just ground it for a few seconds. And now we will extract the coconut milk from this. I'll be extracting the coconut milk twice. So the first one is going to be thick. I'll just put it through a sieve and squeeze out the coconut milk from the coconut. And once this is done, I'll be collecting all this coconut again and be putting it into the blender again. So that will be our second extract. Use warm water while grinding the coconut. The coconut milk adds a great taste and a little sweetness to this chitaps. You could also squeeze out the coconut milk by using a fine cloth. Or you can also use ready-made coconut milk, which is easily available. So the first extract of the coconut milk is ready and we'll keep this aside. So all the coconut that has been collected, I'll put it back into the blender and add half a cup of lukewarm water again and blend it once more. And I'll continue extracting the coconut milk once again, and this will be a little lighter as compared to the first extract. This fresh coconut milk adds a great taste to the chitaps, so do not substitute it with desiccated coconut. The coconut milk is ready, and now let's start preparing the chittap batter. Since this is a fermented batter, it's going to rise, so use a large bowl. To that I've taken 1 egg and I'll just whisk it a little bit. These chitaps are going to be slightly sweet, so I'm just adding 1 tablespoon of sugar today and 1 teaspoon of instant dry yeast. If you want the chitaps on the more sweeter side, add more sugar accordingly. After mixing it all together, I'll be adding 2 cups of rice flour. It's better to sieve both the flours before adding it to the batter. Next, I'll be adding 1 cup of maida or all-purpose flour. Start mixing the batter by adding the thick coconut milk first. And keep stirring it gradually. I'll be adding the second extract of the coconut milk as well. You need the batter that is not too thick or not too thin. It is very similar to the pancake batter. So I'll be adding more lukewarm water to adjust the consistency to make it into a thick batter. Keep adding the lukewarm water till you get a lump-free batter. Using the whisk will help all the lumps to get dissolved faster. The batter should not be too runny as well. If it is too thin batter, the chitaps can break easily. It should not be too thick as we need to spread the batter easily on the pan. So I have mixed it, adding some water, and this is how it looks. You can add more water once the batter is fermented as well. So now we have got a nice lump-free batter, and you can check out the consistency. It's a medium consistency, not too thin or not too thick. Now we'll cover this and keep it to rest and let it ferment for at least 3 to 4 hours depending on the climate. Traditionally, the batter was kept overnight to be fermented and made the next morning. Now after 3 hours, the batter is fermented and it is well risen. The batter gets nice and airy. You can keep the batter in a warm place so that it rises up faster, or you can also keep it overnight. You can see a full bowl is covered with the batter. So I'll be transferring it into a larger bowl and adding more water to adjust the consistency. I had not added any salt while mixing the batter. Good to add the salt after the batter is fermented. I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of salt. You can adjust the salt accordingly. You can also taste the first chitap and adjust your salt later too. This batter is more thick and I'll be adding a little more water. I'll be adding a little bit and trying the first Chittap. You know your batter is done well if it spreads well on the pan. So don't be in a hurry to add lots of water at the beginning. It's always nice to try the first Chittap and see the consistency if it is free flowing on the pan. So this looks good, and let's make the Chittaps now. I have heated a non-stick pan. You can also use an iron pan for making this Chittap. I'll grease it lightly with some oil. I have kept the flame on medium. The pan should not be too very hot as well. I have put half a cup of the batter and swirl the pan around. It should move easily and should not be too watery. And then close the pan with the lid and let it cook for just 1 to 1.5 minutes. And then after 1.5 minutes, you can flip it over. Though traditionally the Chittaps are not flipped, I'll just turn it over for a few seconds. I'll keep it there for not more than 10 seconds and then get it out of the pan. This will ensure that the Chittaps do not get stuck to each other. Let's make once more. You need to grease the pan every time. Also stir the batter before pouring it into the pan. Swirl it round so that it covers the entire pan and then cover it and cook it. While cooking the Chittaps, if you feel the top part of it is still wet, you can still keep it for some more time and let it get dry on top and then flip it if you want. Don't hesitate to check in between if your Chittap is cooked from below. Once you have mastered making the Chittaps, it will be very easy and quick for you to make them. Take the Chittaps out of the pan. I spread it out on a cloth and let it cool completely. Once the Chittaps are fully cooled down, you can stack them in a plate or put them into a box. And now we'll continue making the rest of the Chittaps in the same way. So don't forget to grease a pan and to mix the batter well after every use. If towards the end your batter gets thick, just adjust by adding a little more water. You can also know that your Chittaps are ready when the sides of it starts leaving the pan. So I hope the little small tips that I've shared in this video will be helpful for you to make your Chittaps at home. This Chittaps tastes good on its own as well. They really go well with non-veg dishes. I love them best with Vindaloo and Sarpatel as well. So don't wait for some special occasions to make these Chittaps. Make them every day and enjoy it. Do leave your feedbacks in the comments below. I would really like to hear how you like them. It's really nice for you to keep watching till this end. Thanks for visiting and do subscribe to Garfin's Creation for more such recipes. Do check the description box for the entire recipe and some more tips. See you soon in the next video. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching Garfin's Creation videos. Take care. Bye-bye.